They ain't got no evidence. They don't have nothing. And they know they don't have. Can't even place me out here. And they don't have no gun, no car, no Keefe D, no nothing. No, everybody on video but Keefe D. You know what I'm saying? This is wrong, man.
Prosecutors declined to respond directly to Davis's new claims. They say their case is strong, and they expect a conviction. Keefe D, emotional about his life behind bars and time away from his grandchildren.
Yeah, I thought I was going to college with my grandkids. You know, they're pretty good athletes. You know, 18 years later, you know what I'm saying? I did everything they asked me to do. Get new friends, stop selling drugs. I stopped all that.
The trial is still nearly a year away, scheduled to start in February of 2026.
I shouldn't have said nothing. You know what I'm saying? Shouldn't have said nothing. And I'm innocent, man. And God got my back. God will see me through this.
Family is Providence. Thanks for tuning in. Folks, when are we going to recognize that crime does not pay? Keefe D, real name Dwayne Davis, infamous West Coast Crip gangbanger, whose most notable accomplishment was the murder of Tupac, recently was interviewed in jail. Now, if you don't know, he's in jail because he has been charged with the murder of Tupac. And while he was interviewed, was seen crying, lamenting the fact that he isn't around his family anymore, and claiming at least that he's innocent, and essentially trying to act like what's happening to him right now is unfair and that he is the victim. Now, I doubt very much that Keefe D is going to gain very many sympathizers. If you don't know, that he himself has confessed to this crime, even though I'm sure his attorneys will dispute his confession as him lying now to try to get him out of prison. But ever since he was jammed up by the police, he made a proffer agreement to confess to the crime, and that proffer was to never be used against him. But later on, years later, he would decide for some reason to do interviews, Vlad TV, Art of Dialogue, etc., where he would make statements very clearly tying himself to being in the vehicle while they shot and killed Tupac. Wrote a book, in fact, where he details shooting and killing Tupac. And so I don't think very many people will believe this "I am now the victim" story that he has going for himself. Listen, Keefe D was foolish in two ways. First of all, he was foolish for dedicating his life to crime in the first place. Listen, kids, don't do crime. It doesn't pay. Okay? You only end up dead or in jail. It's too much evidence that this is a foolish lifestyle for you to undertake. That's number one. Number two, Keefe D was foolish enough to, after having, for the most part, gotten away with the murder of Tupac, to decide to clout chase. See, Keefe D's problem is this: he's a career criminal with no real accomplishments except for murdering Tupac. That's his biggest claim to fame. And instead of simply staying in a corner, remaining silent, after he did his original proffer with the police, they jammed him up. He had to get out of getting caught with drugs. And so he confessed to the murder of Tupac. After he did that original proffer, he should have been out of sight, out of mind, minding his own business, waiting until he goes to hell. Okay, that's all he should have been doing. But instead, he decided he was going to run his mouth, write a book, and clout chase because his only real accomplishment in life was the murder of Tupac. And so he had to let everybody know, I did this thing, because just like every other person, he wants to be known for his work. And his work was being a career criminal. But unfortunately for him, he wasn't smart enough to realize ain't no statute of limitations on murder, sucker. They're gonna come get you. Then this man claims in his interview that God got him. Can y'all stop using God's name in vain? Why is it y'all always refer to God when y'all down bad, y'all been accused of crimes, you know you committed the crimes, and now you think God got you. You ever thought that it's within the will of God that you be in prison? God is a just God. God is a holy God. God is a righteous God. God brings punishment and judgment for the sins that you commit. You in jail right now because of the will of God. God got you, and he got you in jail. That's where he got you at. Family. So it's always so crazy to me. Cats whip out the God card like, yeah, nah, gang, you there because of God. That's the will of God. You be there because you committed the crime, gang. Okay. I will say it's just crazy to me that most of the people, the major players that were around and involved in that situation that are still alive are facing prison right now or in prison. Your Suge Knight, P. Diddy, Keefe D. I mean, I don't know if there's anybody else involved or alive that's out of prison right now, but it just seems like there's a huge reckoning, man. Everyone that was around that whole Biggie and Tupac situation that had any real sway in that situation seems to be ending up in prison, or they were probably killed in the streets a long time ago. Man, I'm telling you, man, when God's judgment comes, it comes. But anyway, rest in peace to Tupac, Biggie, everybody that was involved in that situation that didn't make it out, man. And let's just not be like the folks we see right now ending up in prison, man. Live righteous lives, live lives of wisdom. Yeah, it's been Providence. If you made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.